The Call of Duty League is presented by Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Presented by USAA Renters Insurance, made to insure your gear in real life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final day of the Los Angeles Thieves Home Series. Excuse me, I'm very excited here, pals, to get into our last games. We've got some wonderful stuff to start the day. We've got ourselves a look at Seattle Surge versus Paris Legion, and we have a lovely bit of work later on today as well. But let's look at this week's stars. So far, so good for Mack, sitting atop the board. Again, here in the LA Thieves Home Series, putting in the work. You see a lot of Atlanta FaZe players in there, well, as Skies, who's managed to slip in there with that 1.25. Mate, I'm pumped. I'm ready to rock and roll. Today should be a delightful day. We've got ourselves a nice one to start the day off with. And chance, as far as we're aware, for Paris Legion, Seattle Surge, you know, there's a few placements that are out of the way for them that they can't necessarily get to. But how are we feeling, mate? How are we feeling about today's games? We rocking some sort of ready to rollness or what?
I mean, I'm always rocking sort of ready to rollness, whatever the hell that means. But I think the series today, honestly, it's more complicated, or like seems more complicated than it is, right? Seattle, if they win, they end up in 4th place, which obviously is not winners, but you still get a bye. You get some extra like CDL points. It's certainly nice. And then Paris, they're going to need to win either 3-0 or 3-1, and they need LA Thieves to win either like 3-2 or 3-1 to get 4th place. So like they need a lot to go their way. Paris need a fairly dominant win, but that's the main goal anyway. Win as quickly as possible for either of these teams and hope that the 4th place ends up coming through.
For those of you wondering about tiebreakers and how weird and complicated they get, just remember that winning is good, losing is bad. We'll see how that goes for both these teams. Coming up first, though, ladies and gentlemen, first half of our opponents today, we're going to be taking a look at the Paris Legion.
Wonderful start here from Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
AquA from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round!
Paris Legion, chance. I mean, they're on a hot streak right now. It has to be said. They've got themselves a big win, looking to find one more. But the same can be said for their opponents. Scraps, Zaptius, AquA, and Temp. Oh man, I've wanted success for this squad for a while. They're hard workers. They're good boys, and I'm hoping to see some magic out of them today, mate. What do you think?
Well, I think a hot streak is incredibly kind. A streak all of like 1 game in a row. You know, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but I think if nothing else, one of the things to pay attention to with this Paris team is the comms that they have been bringing to the table. They have really just like kicked up that intensity level over their past couple matches, and obviously for them, hoping to translate it into a win, but bringing the fire is what they're going to need, especially if, you know, the guy named Fire, not on the team anymore.
Not on the team anymore, but they're on a hot streak. It's all relative, right, mate? Come on. It's all relative. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, friends,
exactly
their opponents also on a bit of a hot streak themselves. A nice big upset over OpTic Gaming earlier on in the week. Can they keep the run going now into the major? Let's find out soon. Let's meet them now, the Seattle Surge.
Fire coming in, but can Prestinni win it too? No. He does. That's 3 straight.
He's trying to get out there. He challenged and he wins it.
Behind a classic. Trying to line him up. Trying to line him up in the final.
Looking to find a few more, but Gunless absolutely rips his way through the 3 of them.
249, Seattle won!
Seattle Surge, chance. They took down OpTic earlier this week. They stunned the league and they put a big smile on a lot of faces right now. For Octane, Prestinni, Classic, and Gunless, surely the only way is up from here on out, mate. Surely.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah. If you're at the bottom of the league, I suppose that's the way it goes, right? If you're in 12th place, the only possible option is to go up, but honestly, it's just a team that I think we're going to look back at the year they had and just see like the potential, right? Like even some of the clips that we had in like the team VOD, whatever it's called, you're seeing like Gunless pop off. That's when we got like 60 hertz Gunless coming back. But it's a team that really was never able to like string things together. Now they're in a situation where they're going to have to start winning tournaments to have a hope of qualifying for champs. But specifically for this series, your game fuel keys to victory for Seattle Surge. I think each SMG player, both Prestinni and Classic, they're going to have to kick it up a notch for like one respawn apiece, right? It was Prestinni that played incredibly well, and I believe the control, that's how they got to win against OpTic. It was Classic who balled out more of the hard points to really kick them over the edge. But it is the story for Seattle in my mind. The SMGs have just never really found their stride the entire year. Currently, as it stands in Stage 4 Classic, the lowest overall KD in the league with a 0.75, and then Prestinni tied for the second lowest overall KD in the league with a 0.81. So it really comes down in my mind to the SMG players and what they can bring to the table.
Well, wait, let's find out what Paris have got to do. I love the keys there for Seattle Surge. Now the game field keys to victory, Paris Legion. Emphasis on offensive strats. Chance, break it down.
Yeah, funnily enough, Seattle Surge, when it comes to Express S&D, they are the best team on defense in the league by like a fairly noticeable margin. So this is a series that I think many people would have it going the distance towards that game number 5. And so Paris needs to make sure they have something cooked up on offense to start making these adjustments and potentially be the first team to really sort of crack the code for Seattle and what they bring on defense. And then, of course, well, for the second point, well, it's too long, Miles. I have a very short-term memory. I'm a goldfish. What are you going to do?
Well, what are you going to do? Dude, or what you can try and do is try and pet my dog, Chance. We've never been able to make the high five work, but can you pet my dog? He's right here.
Oh, who's a good boy?
He's so good, you've done it!
Ish?
Yeah, ish, close enough. Loves it. Right, let's see the maps and modes. Let's do this, friends. We've got a long series ahead of us. First up, Apocalypse. Good boy. Thank you, mate. What a charmer. Apocalypse Miami, double war, Garrison, and then we got ourselves a checkmate. Woo! And that Game 5 Express. Oof. We are in for an exciting series here. We're going to pump the brakes a little on that Miami S&D. Things will get a little slower there, but this should be a fun one indeed. Again, we will reiterate how important this matchup is for both of those teams. Again, when it comes to the standings going into that major, we're talking about somebody potentially getting a bye, but there is some complicated scenarios, and we'll let you know as and when those scenarios emerge. Let's do this, pals. Almost ready to get into map number 1, Chance. Apocalypse up first. Who do you think is going to take it?
Who do I think is going to take it? I kind of feel like Seattle has a pretty good opportunity. I feel like this is a team that, like, all of their struggles aside, they've shown enough potential that, like, obviously they can compete with the top dogs, right? And Paris has an essence of that as well, but I think just when I was doing the predictions, it just felt like a Seattle sort of day. Even looking at the map pool, the maps 1 and 5, fairly hefty in their favor. It gets a little bit weird towards the middle. I know control has been a focal concern for this Seattle team pretty much the entire year, but as of recent, I think we've seen Octane really starting to kick his form up a notch, starting to show shades of how good he was last year. And even Prestinni, even if throughout Stage 4 he has struggled overall, he has still had some of those just complete pop-off maps where he has been on point. And on the flip side for Paris, I think really the only time we've seen this team have a great deal of success is when there is some individual on the team popping off, right? I think it was the series against LA Thieves or Scraps. Every single respawn was getting like double streaked out. You know the man brings the vibes, and really, if you got a player that gets streaks every single map for you, makes those games that much easier to win.
It really does, right? Like, it seems silly, but, streaks help, unless you bottle them, which does happen quite a lot. We've seen a lot of streak blunders this year so far. Not the most open maps here in the Call of Duty League map pool. But before we get into the match, friends, there's been a very slight delay. We're going to get through this one speedy lag. We're going to take a very, very quick look at the Quick Scope, brought to you by Scuff. Again, telling us the tale of these two teams. Seattle Surge on the left-hand side still. Those control maps, very, very difficult for them. 4 and 19 overall. Paris Legion, though, 9 and 16 with the Search and Destroy's chance. We're going to see what? Miami and Standoff in today's matchups. What do you think for Paris' chances there?
Miami and Express, I believe, the other Blackouts 2 maps that we're working with, but it's like respectable maps for Paris, I would say, right? 2 and 4 on Miami. It's not the greatest, but like they're capable of winning. They have some strong like strats on defense. AquA, when he plays over in the visitor center, pretty much always on point. So they have like the makings of some good stuff there. And even for the Express, it's a 2 and 2 record on the map. They have been reasonable. We haven't seen them a ton, but again, if they can just sort of crack that code, if they could just break down Seattle's defensive setups, I think they will have a great deal of potential to come away with the game number 5. But my goldfish memory has been cured, Miles, let's say. The second key to victory for the Paris team, it's the middle maps where they actually are pretty favored in my mind, especially that control for fairly obvious reasons. But even like the checkmate hardpoint, Seattle's record coming in at 2-7, they haven't had a great deal of success. So really, if Paris is able to come away with those middle maps, they should be good for the series. And again, it's necessary for them to get that. They have to get either a 3-0 or 3-1, and then hope the series at the end of the day goes well for them as well.
A 3-0 or a 3-1. Again, we'll keep you updated as and when those situations become impossible or if those victory conditions become fulfilled. Because again, the major next week is really what we're all playing for here, friends. Surge, Legion, map number 1. We're on Apocalypse. See how things go so far. And Scraps, we talked about his streak usage the other day and how brilliant he's been. And this is not a bad start whatsoever for Matty Marshall. Eyes are on, and that's going to be 4-0 for him right off the rip, Chance.
I mean, just feeding him kills. Prestinni at the end, I guess, just accepted death and wanted to be back with his teammates because not a gunfight you can ever expect to win. Scraps 5-0. What more could you ask? He brings the vibes for good reason. The man's on point already, just a kill or two away from being fully streaked out. Oh, how fast things can happen on Apocalypse as well. And keep in mind for Seattle, not starting out on the preferred side. This is a pretty bad hole to potentially be in.
I know, so far, great style, Legion. Good stuff already. You can see that 37 seconds already accumulated in this first hardpoint. Scraps 5-0. We talked about his streaks before, and the streak dream's still alive. The man's sleeping awake right now. He's living his dreams. If he can keep this one going, 7 in a row or 6 in a row, looking for that 7th. But again, hardpoint control going fantastically so far. 42 seconds out first. Now into the second hardpoint we go, and they have got this one locked down. One player in the middle there looking to find some noise. Already back on spawn. Paris with a great setup to start things off. Classic. Oh, there it is. Unfortunate, but a nice start either way out of Paris. Can they hold it now, Chance? As the brakes are on, Surge making their way forward.
And they're working their way through it as well. And for Scraps, I mean, obviously a bit of an over challenge, right? If you're tagged up and a little bit weak and you just need the 1 kill for streaks, probably not the best time to throw it away. And Seattle taking full advantage of it, right? You had Octane taking down 2 players in back temple to help his team secure those spawns. Even still from the front, Paris did a solid job of trying to slow this down just a little bit. But the final 25 seconds assuredly going to go towards Seattle, who finally able to get on the board and stop some of that bleeding. It could have been much more dire if Scraps had gotten those streaks or they didn't get the break, but trying to make the best of a pretty bad situation in Seattle. We're going to be down by what? Maybe 60, 70 points going into new.
Yeah, all those grains of sand will eventually become a mountain, and that mountain is something that Surge is going to have to climb in a brief moment. Rotation's already down underway. We're going to see Surge get the first taste of the hard point, but for how long will they hold it? Here comes Paris from down low on the rip. Classic's going to try to slow this down. Can he find anything here? Quick contest, up and about, find anything, finds 2. Nice work out of Classic. AquA in mid-map. We'll find him as well. Oh, I take it back. Actually, a teammate from Prestinni. Still, trophies will get cleaned up, and that was, unfortunately, his demise. Gunless through mid, looking a little lost. We'll take that for now as AquA cleans up 1, cleans up the 2nd. Prestinni's going to be taken care of by his teammates, and Surge now starting to flow their way straight onto the point before Paris rebuttal that one straight away. Chance. Great stuff out of the Legion so far, but I'm liking what I'm seeing in the kills department. Both teams really bringing the noise.
Both teams, and against Scraps especially, at least from the hot start. But the hill we're going into right now, Bears, funnily enough, actually the worst, what is it, P4 Apocalypse hardpoint team in the game. It's a very specific statistic, but it's going to be true. So Bears need to find a way to be able to break through. I think one thing that they are always trying to accomplish is to get through no man's land and flip those spawns. That's what Temp is certainly thinking about it, and he's got the teamwork to make it happen. Octane, a ton of pressure on him, and he gets cleaned up as well. Bears have tried to fight through this hill. Flipping spawns is nice, but losing all the hill time, not very much so. And right now, Gunless, the wrecking crew, the man stopping him from getting near the point.
They're doing a good job. Seattle Surge pulling this one back slowly but surely. I mean, they started things off a little slow, but now things seem to be working out. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Seattle Surge.
Good job. Could not be weaker than that. They're all should be spawning up temple. They're all spawning up temple. He's still top TV. I got him right now. I got you. Yeah, looking for Zap. Looking for Zap. Stay front. I don't think they're coming front. They're not coming front, guys. They're going there. They're going there. I'm in new.
One shot P1. Super fucking weak.
Really front, Nick. 2P1 right now.
No one there.
Oh, they attack Coop peeking.
That's one I like.
I'm going through.
Go right.
Yeah, they're gonna be back here.
Yeah, Scraps is in new.
I'm in the back right now. There you go, one Jeremy close. Oh, he's top. Fuck. Yeah.
Top,
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 got him
top,
back.
top,
Got one on the top.
I'm jumping
Top, top dead.
on stage.
I have a
Wait
pin
for you,
for
up there.
I'm one.
Looking over you. Two all spawn right now.
I'm trying to get time.
I need it. You guys fight each other.
Follow me up
Left
there.
corner. I hit him once.
Corner. I'm one.
Zap, I hit him twice.
Zap, absolutely on time.
Death.
Nice.
Give me front. 30 seconds.
There you go.
Spawn close up.
I'm front right now. Somebody have my help.
I'm looking back.
In the back.
Back. Carry you.
Team
On the truck, Matty.
teams up front.
Two back, Matty. Nice. No one in the back.
Okay, get up too.
Chance, slowly but surely. Surge, making the comeback work out now. Tom sounding fine, small talk pretty good, identifying those targets they needed to, not letting anyone there on Legion, kept those streaks rolling. Shout out the keys to victory, but there we go, mate. Surge, starting to pull this one back. Chance, how do you find the comps?
I mean, well, the comms were solid. Maybe not a perfect job of, like, you know, not letting the swarm from PaulEhx come in to actually break the P5, like, for the initial time. But, again, just to speak on making the best of the bad situation, right? You could have been down by 80 points dealing with full streaks, but after one set of rotations, it's a fairly close game. And considering you got 2 players for Seattle right now posted up, thinking about that rotation, and they secured the spawns, potentially long-term, they'll be good to go. Unfortunately, though, everyone's just falling one by one. Now you're getting turtled up in the back of your base. And more importantly, I mean, you're looking down a potential full 60 on P1. So Seattle, I mean, they're just getting butchered around this hard point.
Back to the way things look here is, again, PaulEhx. They started things off strong, and right back in the driver's seat they go. Zaptius now on a 5. Gotta watch out for this one. This is where things get a bit dicey. PaulEhx Legion streaks have been on point for a long time now. Zaptius and AquA now pushing towards P2. Can they find any more kills here? Zap looking to find those final few bullets. Get that spree rolling. Octane's going to drop as well. It's a clean sweep here on the Temple. You've got mid-map control going the way of Seattle Surge, but that will not matter a whole lot. They're down by 50 right now, and they're about to get a real big awakening when we hit that top right-hand side. Next hard point's up. Chance Temple in the hands of Legion. Seattle's going to make a good break.
And there's a moment where I thought they just let Zaptius get this initial time for the extra couple points, but he's looking for the kills instead. Obviously, all this pressure coming in through back Temple. He's got a little bit of support, but Classic making moves. Zap right now trying to bait out his teammates, but he can't get it done. 2 sets of streaks now for PaulEhx that effectively get choked away. And for Seattle, it's one of the tougher hills in the game to break. And on P2, they pulled it off, and it only took 1 push to make it happen. Final 30 seconds going to go their way, and I mean, this is what, maybe the 3rd opportunity I think we've had throughout the game where PaulEhx can pretty much just put the dagger in and seal the deal. And instead, well, Seattle going to close those gaps and keep it around a 20-point game on this rotation.
Best case scenario right now for Seattle Surge going into P2. They're going to have to hit the rotation. They didn't have this one last time. PaulEhx managed to hit their brakes, but now we go. Back forward. Gunless now on a 5 spree of his own. AquA down low. Makes it 6 in a row. Still keeping this hard point close. Seattle Surge not out of this yet. Zaptius wins a big one on the back line. Stops the streaks now for Seattle Surge. And you've got PaulEhx in the hard point. They managed to take care of that 1 and 2 fronts, and just like that, you've got Seattle Surge spawning on the left-hand side of the map. They will have control for the next hard point in the rotation, P3, but you're still going to have to deal with this push here. Scraps on a 3 of his own. Starting to light things up. Chance. Good hard point here on Apocalypse to start the day.
And for all of like the lack of success that PaulEhx has had on this upcoming kill, a lot of it is just because how much pressure they put on the back of the map. And I was going to say they set themselves up, they had the good spawn, so they don't have to worry about the pressure. They could just focus on the rotation. But now, unfortunately, they get broken and in a clean fashion, so that is not the case. So PaulEhx, I mean, over the next 30, 40 seconds, you're going to see them try to push around the bottom left side of the map on top of trying to rotate. Not a fun situation to have to be in, because obviously those back spawns right now for Seattle going to put them in a fairly decent spot. As the crawl battle for new, Classic gets the jump and at least finds 1 kill, but PaulEhx, the opportunity to actually have success on this hill, they get inside first.
Oh, a bit of a pinch though. As you can see the players coming in through Temple side. That's the right-hand side of the minimap now. This is the battle raging for the other flank. If they can win this, that'd be big. Gunless goes down. Now it's a war of 1 front. All coming in from that right-hand side, Temple side. AquA trying to push them out. Prestinni with the early pick. Got to get in there now though, Surge. Trying to make that play. You're going to have to try to give up this time, get 1 decent break. I mean, this is it, friends. They can get the win here. It's got to be sweet. Prestinni finds 1 on the attempt, trying to make their way forward. Scraps the last player in the hill. Can they find the kill? There's no damage, no tags, no nothing. Classic now on the pinch as well. Trying to get on the point. Zaptius tagged up. Is he going to go down? You've got to get on there, Surge. Come on, boys. Make a series of it. Make a map of it. They finally get on the point, Chance, but is it too late?
Not too late, but I was going to say one player up top, AquA, not even being sneaky, just taking the gunfight straight away and trying to cause problems. And by the way, he's done a good enough job. He just bought all of his teammates the time to push through the trenches side of the map. So the reinforcements are into P5. We go in pairs looking to put the game to bed right here. 3 players stacked up in the hill. They might be getting pinched, but 10 doesn't care. He finds 2. He finds all 3 to seal the deal as Paris walk away on Apocalypse with a 250 to 167 win.
It was a nice start from Seattle Surge. They kept things very close and very competitive, but poof boy, that second set of rotations. Paris with the early points, Paris with the breaks as well. You name it, man. I mean, this was a sweet 4-piece to get Scrap started here on the map, but it fizzled out somewhat when it comes to the kills department. And honestly, man, I'm pretty happy with what we saw there from Paris Legion, coming out strong, keeping the lead theirs. I mean, Seattle, a little bit of soul searching to do going into the search and destroy.
I mean, that very well could have been just an even more blowout of a game, right? I would say as far as chokes go, Paris had maybe 2 opportunities to really just like end the game super early into it, but obviously if they're playing that well, putting themselves in situations where they can make that happen, it is clean for a comfortable win. The stats, I mean, across the board. Everyone from Paris having a fairly comfortable game. I think one of the first looks of the intensity that they were bringing to the table is when the comms we were listening to on Apocalypse Hardpoint just a week ago. Well, same type of intensity reigns supreme. They get the job done and I think really set the tone. Again, Paris needs a fairly dominant performance here today. It's the perfect way to start.
Nice way to start, and they keep it going though. Again, Octane for Seattle Surge. They're going to come back now in the search and destroy, but first and foremost, we're going to take a quick commercial break. On our return, we're going to get ourselves a little bit more Call of Duty League action as Paris Legion, they take the first map here in the series. What's going to happen in the search and destroy? Well, watch an ad and then come back and find out. See you after the break.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the US Army. What's your warrior? USAA is made for gamers. Level up your gear protection with USAA Insurance.
2v2 now.
This is the type of momentum shift.
You still have Havoc as well. Havoc
that they
inside a
need.
good spot.
Mox is set up deep. Connects on the shots. It's all to Arcitys to try and clutch. He can't do it. As Florida gets the W, Prestinni wins the battle versus brother. And there's the hype.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're almost ready to rock and roll into our next map in this series. We're playing Search and Destroy, and we're going to Miami. So get your shoes on, pack your bags. The flight leaves in a matter of seconds. But we're very excited to get into this one again. Map number 1 is already down in Dover. It's going to be Apocalypse going the way of Paris Legion, Chance. Speaking of Paris Legion, mate, they're on the rise, they're on the up and up. Things are going good. We're going to take a quick look at their KDs and ranks this season. Again, this is out of 60 players so far for AquA, Scraps, Temp, and Zaptius, mate. What do you make of the numbers?
It's the numbers, Mason. What do they ever mean? I mean, the KDs are like reasonable, but still not like the top tier, right? They've just been in a tough spot, right? Like so many games that they've had throughout this year where they just end up like losing in those final moments. Quite a few roster swaps this team has had to make. It is the expectation for pretty much any of these teams in the bottom 4 of the league right now. Things have been tough. It's really just about trying to close off your year on a strong note. There's still the potential, right? If either this team or even Seattle goes on a massive run at this upcoming major and ties that into an incredibly strong stage 5, there's still potential to make it towards that top 8, but obviously that is a very long road ahead, and maybe for Paris, they could just turn this series into, again, they need the 3-0. If they can get it, get out of the way, and build some momentum for the team. You never know, Miles. You really never do.
Dude, that's one of the things I'm loving right now about the Call of Duty leagues. You just have no idea. We thought that Surge were going to beat OpTic last week, or this week, sorry, not me. I mean, my pick'ems have been slaughtered so far. Reigning champ. From riches to rags this week. But here we go, though, into map number 2, Miami. Search and Destroy, 2 bombs, sights, 1 bomb, 6 rounds for the win, pals. Here we go. It's going to be a fun one again. You're going to see the boys of Paris Legion on offense first. They will be running and rolling towards either that B-bomb site in the garage or the A-bomb site over by that lovely South Beach. And here we go, mates. Early grab's going to be Zaptius with it, and looks like we're giving the B-bomb site some love. On defense, though, a nice 4-man fan spread out wide across the map for the time being. 2 of the players now of Surge making their way towards B, and this should be a fun one. The headbutt is on, and Gunless, and got one hell of a head on him. He wins that. A few more players making their way forward. The nice transition. Nades are up the stick. Gunless couldn't get any better off the rip. Takes 2 with him. Well, Scraps finally gets involved. Upstairs, AquA, trades are there, and my word, mate, it's a 2v2 just like that.
And you got what? Octane and Prestinni working together, and while Octane's feeling the pressure, he's going to try to get out of dodge fairly quickly and give up this bomb plant. And this could be an interesting situation. You get Scraps and AquA. If you allow them to get back to that docks heady, especially with the bomb planted, you're good to go. And, well, they give up the bomb plant. Octane loses the gunfight, and you don't even have to worry about the docks heady. AquA and Scraps, I mean, they've just gone for the full wrap. They are gone, and Prestinni has no idea where he needs to look.
Find out. I mean, they're both on top of the stairwell. This should be easy peasy. There's Prestinni. Easy reads, easy round. Nice job out of Paris. Not even Gunless' wild 2-piece could get the magic going. Either way, though, that's going to be a nice opener. We'll see that for our best play. Good stuff to start the round. Paris remains strong.
And that really is a tragedy as well, to get the 2-piece like that, to basically shut down the push towards the B-bomb site by yourself, and then, well, everyone else on your team just falls one by one around you, and you end up getting traded out. So not fun stuff for Seattle. And even if you're ever put in a situation where you're giving up the bomb plant for free over towards B, and you don't have any pressure on the flank to block off that potential docks heady, not really a fun situation to find yourself in. But Seattle, that just means they need to bounce back. And it looks like they're bringing this bomb towards B as well. But I believe for the flip side, Trophy should be present, which means Paris will have a slightly easier job.
Sweet on the defense. We'll see how it goes. Scraps, though, bringing the gunfight forward. Getting a bit leery early on. Temp finding one. Fire gets a couple of bullets in, which is going to help Zaptius get the second kill as well. Like that out of Surge. They try to get aggressive, and instead, they hit fire in the day. 3-man push now alive for the Paris Legion boys. Still on defense, and they're very, very mobile here. You see how fast and furious they are roaming across the map. So isolating these players in on towards the B-bomb site. AquA's going to get those nades out, but for now, Surge, they are going to contest the entire hit. Now, from Paris, like start flashing, shots are in, trades out. Scraps gets another one. 2v1, Octane with the bomb in hand. What's he going to do? Find the first shot. Over to Scraps. It's the last bullet in, and Paris Legion will take round number 2 as well.
Oh, yes, they do. They are making me nervous, though, as the way they're going to do it, right? Like, you've got this setup. You get 2 players top piano. You just need to not let them plant the bomb. And AquA, well, has no care in the world. Slides out to the van, ends up falling, eating these players at the end. It's a 2v1. They want the kill, though. They want to get that round over with as quickly as possible. And they made it happen. As long as I suppose you don't give Octane too much wiggle room to clutch these rounds. No love lost in that regard. Scraps 3-0, something to keep in the back of our minds, but a fair bit away from streaks. So it looks like PaulEhx, once again, going towards this B site. And, well, for Seattle, I mean, pretty much their whole team is here. Prestinni might have a quick gunfight towards the middle of the map as well. Maybe not if he's not going to push it sitting front piano, but Scraps, I think he got the call out from his teammate Driveway. He knows some pressure might be coming through this door, so it's going to slow PaulEhx down quite a bit on the attack.
Tense here in round 3. Simp's managed to get that bomb way across map as boat control now in the hands of Zaptius and Classic. He looks down. Oh dear. Scraps has got him. Very unfortunate. Nice patience out of Scraps. 4 in a row now for him. No deaths. Bomb still making its way over towards A. 2 defenders there in that position to find something. Scraps called the top of Gunless's head there, so that makes this engagement over by Purple a little bit more interesting. Big shots out of Gunless to stay alive, keep the play up. He definitely saw Scraps on the cross as well, though. And the Bomb still deciding on what to do, and there's only 30 seconds left in the round. Will they push towards A, where the defenders are leaning now, or will they be able to make their way across to the B bomb site? You better make a decision quick, fellas. Clock is ticking.
And there's another moment where I don't think you can really let this bomb get planted, but unfortunately for Octane, too many directions to look. And Scraps, by the way, he just needs to sit tucked, play the off angle, and look for the kill towards the middle of the map, and he's gonna find it. The late man to the play makes the kills easier for him to get, so he is still thinking about some score streaks. Frankly, for PaulEhx, I would try to feed Scraps this kill, if at all possible. You know where he is. Try to let Scraps get involved and find it, or let him be the first one to die. A decent attempt for PaulEhx, but hey, if you don't get the streaks, at least you got the round win. That is 3 quick and easy ones for the Legion.
Scraps was a bit of the sacrificial lamb there. Like, I'm sure he was calling out, like, where is he given to me? Given to me. I think everyone was kind of like, I don't know, man. And then, well, what do you know? He's right behind you. Streak's dead, but still 5-1 out of Scraps. Nice start. The team's looking great so far. 3 solid rounds out of PaulEhx Legion. And now for Surge, an opportunity to try to bounce back on the offense. Looks like we're going to be giving the A bomb site some love. On the defense, PaulEhx Legion, a classic 2-2 split. Gonna have Scraps watching that middle of the street, seeing if anyone crosses. If they take the slower route, the back route, they won't be spotted by Scraps, but we'll see how it goes. There's one. The others maybe backed up. Oh, Scraps, he's having a great game so far. Oh, AquA, it's falling to pieces. Seattle Surge, they are melting before our very eyes here on Miami. Jiminy Crickets. PaulEhx Legion, 4 in a row.
PaulEhx Legion, 4 in a row, quick and easy ones, dominant, just locking it down. Scraps, I mean, if nothing else, you know that this man is going to be ready on game day, right? Like, I don't know if you could ever ascribe any sort of inconsistencies to him. He always comes ready to play. I mean, he had pretty much the perfect opening break for the Apocalypse hardpoint. You saw the vibes he was bringing right from the get-go. He has turned that into an 8-1 performance only 4 rounds in to the Miami Search and Destroy. Scraps, you can just tell this man wants to win.
Oh, we love that, though. Matty Marshall, he must have watched the Euros today, and he saw a big win for England. Love that. Big day all around, actually. Good day for gamers across the planet. Octane gets a couple of tags in, backs up 1. We're going to see what we can find here again. Straight up, pushing towards B now on the bomb site, but you've got to give a lot of love to those Surge defenders. They managed to push forward, they're making a decent read, and slowing down PaulEhx at every possible turn. Surge, eyes on the clock. Less than a minute now to work with. And Temp, playing it slow and steady. Rolling in towards piano.
He's doing his best Army Crawl impression, and, well, he's sort of gotten through. It looks like number 2, Prestinni, the man who was supposed to be watching that, I don't even think spotted him, so maybe a small opportunity for Temp to catch a player off guard, and Gunless, well, the player he's looking for, and he got it. Sneaky strats pay off, and well, for Octane, he's going for the full wrap to look for Temp, but the timing doesn't work out. I think he might have caught him if he came all the way around, but maybe he just knew that Prestinni was going to be there, and Octane finds the pick over towards Beach. The response for Seattle finally through. You get a player to wrap over towards Driveway. Classic, the faster he gets eyes on the bomb, the better. Just don't let Zaptius plant this, and you should be good to go.
Sweet. He's trying to get the plant down. He's tagged up heavily. The nade's going to land. He's not going to die, but he will plant it. Octane's going to be there. get the quick and immediate defuse. And finally, Seattle Surge get themselves on the board. 2 kills that round for Octane. You love to see it as he spins and pirouettes his way while getting that defuse. 4-1 now. Surge, very, very important round to get, as the 6-0 was definitely on the cards if that one kept going.
Choppy round looking like from Classik's POV, but I think what we saw that round from Seattle is pretty much just good communication, right? Octane goes for the Rap Top visitors. I think someone called him off and said, hey, no, make sure no one pushes up this beach. We got to keep this bomb site under wraps. And Prestinni ends up hunting down that kill on Temp towards the middle of the map. So sneaky stuff from Paris, but ends up getting shut down. Maybe finally a little bit of momentum for Seattle, but the hard read is in. Paris met them here last time, and they are here once again. 2 players just taking over top piano. At Seattle, well, they're going to have to work this bomb site, but it's going to take them a fair bit of time. Paris, they have the full setup around B.
Find out who the bombs are on this bomb site. First up, Prestinni, nice trade, immediate. And Classic cleanup. This kill, the nade lands once again, and it's going to be straight into him, but aBeZy, oh my word, Gunless finally finds a silver bullet to kill that monster, and now it's a 2v2. Bit of a spread now from Legion. Temp with the back alleyway, he's going to have the shots there. His teammate now, AquA, making his way through mid-street, getting involved into the gunfight onto the site, and it's going to be Octane trying to push this one forward. Nice timing, takes care of Temp. Now, to take care of the final member of Paris Legion, that's the goal. AquA now up and about. Oh my god, could he catch the timing here? Octane is going to watch the flank. Gunless will have the street covered. There's less than 30 seconds. They have to make a call. They either hit the street and they run into AquA, they hit the bomb site, and there it is. Patience did not pay off for AquA. He's been caught out and about. There's 15 seconds on the clock. They should be able to get the kill at least, or get the bomb down, but oh my god, chance this is going to be tense.
Well, AquA, he just needs to get this guy off bomb. I don't know what side Gunless is going to plant for, but he might have called it right, but either way, he finds the first kill, knows the other man has to be on bomb. And Gunless gets out with full HP, the full flash coming through, and well, the nades and tags, getting it done from Gunless. I mean, I don't know who's prepared to deal with the flashes and the Semtexes coming through a minute and a half into the round, but Gunless saved it, and for good reason. Had the utility for the final moments, and that is not an easy clutch, even in a 2v1 situation to get, right? Both players playing the back alley, looking for the information, but even by the time they figure out where AquA is, I mean, they're starting to plant the bomb with, what, 12 seconds left on the clock? Something along those lines, so that is a tense situation for Seattle to come out on top of. 2 rounds in a row. Miles that they have now gotten.
Stress. Nothing but stress. If they can find another one. Seattle Surge as they make their way forward on defense. 3-man stack and towards the B bomb site. Scrap's going to be the first man in. 2 players going towards A just to make sure the site's clear and there's an open field to work with. And that's going to be the bomb. Very slowly but surely making its way forward. That's going to be Temp running that one. And look at this. Extremely mobile Seattle Surge. Patient Octane, though, as the human turret does what it does. Scrap's finding one, not able to get the second on the flank. 3v2. Paris do not have the numbers. And Temp's playing this one very slowly with that bomb in hand, while aBeZy still tries to work the A bomb site.
Shots raining through all over the place right now. aBeZy is down low. Maybe a pretty big opportunity for him to make a play. He might be able to time this flank out as well and find potentially a few kills, because Seattle, they are just completely unaware. But time is ticking, and well, he strikes. There's the first. There's a lifeguard on the beach back behind him, and he doesn't know it yet. And well, obviously number 4 in the minimap, Gunless, rotating towards driveway to make a play. You have 18 seconds to plant this bomb. Temp, you gotta go.
We're going to find out exactly what's going to happen. I think Gunless is going to shoot him in the back. Oh, he's going to get shot up front. That's going to be nice. 8 seconds. Clock's ticking. Let's go, Temp! With 1 second to spare, a bomb will be planted. How will the retake fare? It should be a very tense one indeed. Gunless is upstairs. Temp's going to run straight into him. Now it's a 2v1. aBeZy. It was planted for Docs, and the timing could not be of any worse. It could not have been any worse. Paris Legion, the lead starting to slowly but surely evaporate before their very eyes. As Seattle Surge clutch up. A bit of COD timing, a little bit of magic. They're going to find one more round. It is now 4-3.
And shout out to one of the best Canadian players in the world. That is just another round where it's just interesting, spicy, coming down to the final second, whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, for Paris, literally got the bomb planted with 1 second left. And if he had just even timed it out any differently, I mean, Gunless just gets the kill, shoots in the back. I don't think Gunless is ever prepared to go for that full wrap and get to driveway and not have someone be planning on the A-bomb site, let alone wrapping to B with that little time. But in spite of that, still clutches up, makes the big play towards the end to find the final 2 kills. Talk about the early start Scraps had, right? 8-1, he started off the first 4 rounds. He has slowed down considerably, where Gunless has absolutely picked it up. And Seattle, first time, they're not leaning heavily towards this B site. Spread the map a little bit, potentially playing for picks, or maybe finally playing to get some of that top piano control.
I think we've seen streaks on this map twice throughout the entire 2021 season. They are devastating on Miami. Nice opening blood there from Temp. Slow crawl through middle of the map now for Seattle Surge. Again, Gunless still playing for those streaks. Wants to find the pick. Doesn't want to waste his life. It's a minute now to work with. That bomb still teetering on the edge of the B bomb site. With a nice angle and excellent shots to take care of Classic. 4v2 now. Paris in a commanding position with that bomb down in the middle of the map. This should be a solid round. Can Gunless walk away with a few kills at the very least? Surely the patient Parisians will not let that play pass.
Well, you were right about the streaks at least. Gunless does get shut down. The ARs and frankly Paris pulled out pretty much all of them to try to find a couple of these picks, get the job done. Temp finds 3 in that round to kill the momentum of Seattle. And even just right from the get-go, I think the first kill he finds, right, Gunless is just like, you know, throwing a couple shots down from the police car, SWAT car, whatever it is, but Prestinni just tries to make a play. Temp catches him. Temp obviously caught Gunless towards the end. Temp catches Octane right there as well. Nice way to stop the momentum, kill the streaks, and again, Paris, who certainly want and need a fairly dominant win within this series, paving their way there, just 1 round away from closing this game out, going up 2-0 in the series.
2-0 in the series would be a wonderful spot to be in for Legion. Not so much for hard read for Surge on defense here. This looks like a heavy hit. They are all over that site. I think Gunner saw at least 1 or 2. Throwbacks to the earlier rounds. Trophies, though, in play here. Going to make the scene very, very different. Gunner's backed up. 2 HP. Prestinni now trying to get involved. Temp at range. And this is a very aggressive play from Legion, and it seems to be working out. That 1 player down. Are they going to bait the defenders across? No one hitting the flank now for Surge. Paris could... They could take this bomb out and about. They could get to the streets. They could hit the Røkkr.
I think right now they're just playing for safety rather than rotation, right? They just want more information, make sure no flanks are coming through, so they're going to allow AquA to take all the time to go up to the balcony, and then they start to make their play. But then they just start to make their play by walking straight in, and all of a sudden, the man that was trying to be the safety net to make sure no flanks come through is suddenly by himself. I think the idea was there, but the timing certainly not. Now leaves AquA in a 1 versus 2. He's got to pick up the bomb and deal with so many players. Doesn't have the right gun for the job. In a collapse of a round that Seattle take full advantage of. I mean, that is very much a you blink and you miss it. That was like, this moment, by the way, is when AquA got to top Valk. That's when everyone else on Paris started to make their way in. But, I mean, then effectively they just pushed into a bomb site in a 3v3 and get picked apart. So, strange stuff coming through in Seattle. Not out of it yet.
That was a weird round. That was, I mean, we'll take them. If Seattle Surge, you're definitely going to take them. 1 more, tie things up, go to that coveted round 11. It's an A-bomb hit from Seattle Surge. Good old faithful 2-2 from Paris Legion, and Surge could potentially overwhelm these players. It's going to be on AquA, is going to get the first eyes in. Prestinni at range, over by the lifeguard. Oh my. Okay. 4 now. Gonna get number 5. Damage is up. Classic's gonna get the assist through. And oh boy, we've got an open bomb site now. Scrap's trying to get involved as quickly as he possibly can with 1 minute left on the clock. The bomb should be planted relatively quickly. Can Scraps be the master assassin from up high? Can he hit the dive into the hay bale and land that little blade in the back of the neck? Here comes the push. Octane tagged up. Damage dealt. No. He lands it. And there we go. Round 11. Surge have fought back. Paris. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Something, something, something. Round 11.
I do appreciate the round 11 we go. By the way, Octane doesn't... Okay, actually, he's not even close to the cruise missile. I thought with like the bomb plant and the 5 spree, he'd be on his way. But I suppose maybe if he gets a kill or 2, that could possibly become relevant in this round 11. But certainly not likely. PaulEhx have shown a few different looks, but pretty much time and time again, at least all but once, they have gone towards this B site. They will be here once again. And at least on the actual site for the moment, it is 2 players for Seattle by themselves around it. But Prestinni, obviously, if he's sitting front piano, maybe an opportunity to make a play. But Zapti is taking his time, clearing out everything in piano, making sure he is good to go. And as soon as you clear the top, you know where the gunfights are going to be coming from now. Players down low, Gunless in the back alley. And this has been a lot of nades used and still plenty of time on the clock. By the way, Prestinni's gotten found.
Oh, wow.
I think he's looking to hunt him down.
Oh, wow. Prestinni lives straight there. Nice work. Oh, my God. A lot of friendly fire into Scraps. One thing about friendly fire, it isn't. 2v3. PaulEhx with the advantage. Oh, my God. Gunless. 10 HP. Classic trying to move this one forward. How many players do you see cross? Maybe 2, maybe 3 of them. Quick reposition now. Gunless to the back alleyway. Classic to the close corner. You've definitely heard Temp. Can make the poke. Time this right. It's going to be sweet. Classic. The timing is so good. The trade comes through. 1v1. Gunless v Scraps. With 10 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be a foot race. So Scraps, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. He lands the kill as well. Oh, baby. PaulEhx Legion. Oh, sweet Christmas. He's on his feet. PaulEhx certainly felt that one. That's got to feel good. They almost threw it away as Surge mounted the Herculean comeback, but that is that. 2-0 in the series, and that was a fun Miami for sure.
And that is a ballsy play call from Scraps towards the end, right? He makes that just judgment call in an instant. Like, you have what, 11 seconds left on the round. You are forced to either get the kill or plant the bomb. And Octane, well, he gives up that angle to the back of the alley at the worst possible moment. Just gives up in the gunfight, tries to play off the clock, but Scraps just 2 steps ahead of him. Takes him down for a dagger of around 11. I mean, Temp has certainly had himself a nice game, a couple big rounds into Miami, closed the game off well on the Apocalypse hardpoint, but I think just across the board, PaulEhx, I mean, they just look like they're playing with quite a bit of confidence, especially with how they ended that round 11 towards the end. So solid stuff so far. It is a necessity for these guys to get a dominant win, and so far they have set themselves up perfectly.
Nice stuff. That Miami was that was a fun one for sure. Good feeling there for PaulEhx Legion to pick up the win, and again, it keeps coming down to not letting those maps get away from you, not letting that 4-0 lead, 3-0 lead they had start to dissipate. Surge, late resurgence, if you will, there in the search and destroy, but not quite enough to cross that finish line. We're gonna have a quick look now at US Army tactical play. It was gonna be that final round chance, and again that 1v1. Things got a little bit messy. It kind of comes down to what am I gonna do to hold the bomb site, try to get the quick plant or whatever, but now Scraps pushes the kill. And it was a glorious ending for PaulEhx Legion.
And it really is just like a few nice plays the whole way around. Prestinni, just the fact that he's able to trade himself out when he's the one getting hunted down. But keep in mind, it was Temp that found that pick towards the middle of the map. That one made it super easy to take down Prestinni and obviously give them the man advantage. But in these little scrappy moments, we're running out of time, right? Gunless and Classic, when they rotate over, pretty much trap them in a B. They get all of the information and they make good plays. You are in a 2 versus 3. Classic times it out perfectly to kill the guy off bomb. He's got his teammate in the back alley for the trades, but it just comes down to Scraps. 13 seconds left on the clock, and we saw earlier, Classic spotted all 3 of those players going to piano. So it was Gunless, excuse me, I think I might have said it was Octane earlier, but Gunless tries to go on the rotation, tries to play off the clock, but Scrap plays for the kill, gets it, hunts him down, seals the deal for that round 11 win.
Wicked stuff out of PaulEhx Legion. One more map is all they need to complete the 3-0. Now the time Surge need to mount the comeback. We'll find out if they can get that one done after this quick break. Playing Control, don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming.
Paris Control coming up next now to see if we can get a full 3-0 out of the Paris Legion players. Seattle Surge, not necessarily head in hands. It was a valiant comeback, and in that round 11, a 1v1 really seals the deal there. But let's take a quick look now at the KD comparison for Seattle Surge. Again, this is what they saw in their win versus Chicago and on the losing streak. Things looking a little different chance, but Gunless, one thing remains the same. He's still bringing the noise. And again, Octane as well. A lot of kills out of him.
Well, I would say Octane, yeah, probably the player that you could say has impacted the team the most and stepped it up, like especially for the series they had against Chicago, like leading the charge, being that main slayer, lockdown, AR kind of player that we know and expect him to be. I think really just across the board, it is tough to really get a high degree of consistency out of these players. Again, even just for the SMG duo, occasionally one of them can provide a very strong performance. That is where Seattle starts to find those wins once they start working a little bit together, better as a team. On the flip side though, you got to deal with Scrap. He has been a very difficult man to shut down, right? Starts off 8-1 on the Miami Search and Destroy. You do a fantastic job of slowing him down, but then it comes to the round 11 clutch and Scraps again, 0 time wasted hunting these players down. Just a ridiculous amount of pop-off potential that Matty Marshall brings to the table.
Or Triple P pop-off potential, if they can get that one there. But again, you said in the keys to Seattle Surge, we need to see a big respawn at least one of those submachine gun players, and we yet to really have that. Garrison Control, got to see someone go big. Got to be a special showing now to really keep this series alive for Seattle Surge. And Garrison, I mean, look, Control's been a little bit, we've seen some crazy stuff, and this is not necessarily their strong suit, but we've said that in the past, and Seattle Surge have surprised. Statistically, not an advantage.
Not an advantage at all, but I mean, maybe there's two ways to look at it. Like a 3-8 record on this map, certainly not ideal for Seattle, but they have what, 4 Control wins on the entire year for Control, and 3 of them are on this map. So like, as far as bad Control goes, this is the map that they prefer to play and are happy to get through the series. I would say maybe potential bad news for them. I think they're one of 2 teams in the league with a negative KD on defense. So even where the rounds are supposed to be easy, Seattle have struggled to find success. And well, Paris, we know how aggressive they can and like to be. Already a couple players over towards B. Scraps chilling on the cat steps and a couple kills finding their way. And talk about no time wasted. He wants this kill and he's gonna get it. Takes down Prestinni.
Almost got a bit of a Gunless as well there. He's really making him work for it. B zone still getting that capture now. We can see Zaptius putting in the hard graft there to get it done. Nearly gets that first segment alone, and there it is. Them trying to take on all comers while Zaptius does the hard work there. I say hard work, he's literally standing still in a highlighted area on the map, but he's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. It's honest work. Attempt through the fire and the flames, so it was an explosive finish, but he gets the kill. Second segment of B done, and Zaptius, I think his hands may be numb at this point.
Indeed. He's just, man, hanging out outside the point. I mean, I didn't have to do a whole lot at all. I hope his elite shot is gone. Made some noise, opened things up for his team, but if you don't even need to, that is fine by them. 2 minutes and 10 seconds Paris have to work with. This is an opportunity for maybe 3 strong pushes. They can really take their time, set up for some spawn kills, whatever system they want to go with. Maybe not the most ideal start. Temp just getting eviscerated off the map by Gunless, but a couple players starting to push up over towards bricks. Zaptius looking for some of these kills. He cannot find that first one as the defense so far holds strong.
Yeah, it's about time. We saw that B zone go relatively uncontested, and now we're going to see a little bit of bloodshed. Defend that A zone. Front line down, moving forward. Seattle Surge getting a little more confident. Confident? It's like comfy and confident at the same time. They make their way forward, trying to find a little bit more space on the map, and a couple of kills going their way, but they do have that further forward position. This could be decent. If they manage to take care of AquA on the quick 180, it's going to be classic. Can he find him as well? This could be big. He's trapped in dark right now, and we saw the one, and there's the shot punch, or rather the lack thereof, out of Prestinni. 5 HP in a dream. 2 streak now for AquA. Can he stay alive? The answer is resounding no. You like to see that position now from Seattle Surge. A lot of fight left in him here. Just over a minute remaining.
Oh, those are nice plays by Classic as well. Ended up getting 5 before he finally got dropped, but you saw the teamwork coming out of Paris just to drop Octane as 3 players were surging out through caution and dark, and well, Classic making sure he stops that push. What started as 2 minutes and 10 seconds to work with has turned into defensive domination coming out of Seattle. Anytime a player gets pushed up past the halfway point and falls, the trades are always in, always someone behind enemy lines, and Gunless takes down 2. Double kills are massive on the defensive end, and well, just making sure you keep the map nice and secure. Maybe a small opening push back towards bricks once again, but for Paris, they're going to have to be pretty much perfect from here on out.
Yeah, not a lot of lives left to work with. Gunless doing a lot of work from that back line. Zaptius is to capture, do it all himself. He's going to try and do it once again, but bad timing. He's going to net him another death. Oh, Prestinni, what a 2-piece. That's going to be no lives left now for Paris. Just over 10 seconds on the clock. Scraps falls, now down to 3. Clock still ticking. There's only 1 player really there to get the contest. Zaptius is going to try to help out here. I think we're going to go for that zone. We're going to try to just find some kills and surge with a nice opening round. They may have lost that B zone right off the rip, but A was a fortress. Paris barely even got close.
I think Seattle, like almost consistently across the board, someone was always able to make that big play, find that big double kill. And the best play, it was Gunless able to find a couple, but even Gunless again, when he was pushed up over towards rails, found a big 2-piece. Prestinni, when the pressure started coming through bricks, found the big 2-piece. And even Classic had the exact same thing going on when he was pushed up past caution as well. So good solid stuff on defensive rounds the whole way around this. Octane only needed 2 kills to get the job done. That's the kind of round you love to see.
Fun in games. Carry control. Right back through mid we go. A bit more of an A presence being felt this time. Will the Parisian defenders be able to handle it though? The first kill goes towards Scraps. Temp gets involved as well, and no, there it is. Reinforcements arrived just in time. They were ready for that one. It's a 3 spree for AquA, as now back on spawn. Seattle Surge go. Paris now looking to take that map control.
Yeah, I really love the attempt to get out towards A, but that is definitely a strat where, to a certain extent, you're just hoping to catch the other team off guard, right? If there's only 1 player they send up over towards green, or if they get a little bit over-aggressive, you can certainly punish them. Unfortunately, if it doesn't go well, if you end up in the blender on offense, well, that just means AquA an opportunity to thrive. 6 spree for him, as he has had 15 kills to his name already. In spite of the poor first round for the team, or one they didn't get the win, they still had success, but then he just basically gives up positioning and kills himself for no reason. No streaks for him, and well, the map is now open for Seattle. Certainly a weird mishap for the Paris Legion.
They can deal with that strange occurrence as they drain the B zone. I think that one's safe. Prestinni through mid, cut down by Zap, gets some nice awareness, good shots as well. Less than 25 now on the clock. It's going to keep on trickling away. B zone should be sweet. An effort now towards A from Classic. Very, very hurt though. And again, 2 defenders there on the point. If he peeks this, he's absolutely screwed. But there's not a lot of time left to really make something happen. So over towards B we're going to go. Stop the clock at 11.1. Still trying to keep the presence alive mid-map. Chances. Here come the Legion players trying to circle on, find that kill. If they get the player off the point, it's going to be sweet. What they have to do is wait, but they have to get the kills first.
And Classic just did actually a pretty nice job of getting information to his team, right? He knew there's a player out over towards A, finds the guy in arches and sees the guy back lights, but in spite of all of that, he ends up getting left in the dust and out Paris. Just you get to make the man advantage plays. Scraps, well, he provides for the first and takes down Prestinni for the second. Bears with the bounce back round. Looking to be 2 for 2 on defense, bar some insanity from Octane, and well, it looks like that's not going to be the case. Zaptius shuts him down. 2 for 2 on defensive rounds. Maybe a couple opportunities for both teams, and I'd say maybe from Paris, the one time they really dropped the ball was just after this moment where AquA doesn't get the streaks, as he just gives up the power position and dies immediately.
It was decent, patient gameplay out of Paris to maintain that control, and sweet 2-piece out of Scraps. I thought he was taking a long time when it came to getting that player off of B, but that very, very slow and almost guaranteed play of there are 2 players on the point. I've got an open back on both of them. Man's the knockout on both. There we go. On 1. Back on attack we go now for Paris Legion. So Seattle put a lot of pressure towards A in the previous round, and now we're going to see a little bit of B love. Plays there on the defense over towards A. Scraps can get that top cat control, maybe get some players in towards green, and there we go. Now we should see the gunfight start ripping. Test there. Zaptius will find that first blood. The first kills start trickling through, but they've got themselves on that point. Now trying to stop the clock.
Well, it's the same setup as last time, really, from both teams, though. This time it was Scraps that ended up getting tagged out and forced to back down, and the challenge coming through from Prestinni. Really just trying to set his teammate up, but it looks like Gunless falls from cat steps. Prestinni has to play the tight corner because all of his teammates have fallen around him. I mean, he has a very important job of making sure you keep green control. But PaulEhx almost assuredly going to be able to capture B. That is going to be the case, and this is the exact same situation we had the first round. PaulEhx all the time in the world to try to get over towards this A point. Last time Seattle held strong. They're looking to do the same once again.
Yeah, this is a lot of time. Eon to work with right now, and as you can see in the stats, as Prestinni, the SMG is not really coming through for Seattle Surge. It was one of the keys. You need to see some big stuff out of them in the respawns, and we've yet to really have that yet. But Gunless 22 and 13, good stuff out of him. Octane also on a bit of a slow one, but Surge looking to hold this line still. They're keeping those kills flowing, keeping Paris at bay. Not an easy thing to do. Zaptius now trying to get involved, and involved he will be. First kill goes his way. Classic to his close left. I don't think he'll spot that, and he will not. Once again, charge now for Paris Legion. Cleaning up these players one by one, forcing Surge into that top left-hand side spawn, and chance if they can get these kills, that A zone is theirs.
Well, they're actually spawn killing pretty effectively right now. Temp's able to find two. The reason that Seattle was able to hold strong on defense last time around is someone was always able to find the big two-piece. Prestinni may be trying to be the hero, but you see he's got a lot of pressure to deal with, and Temp eventually takes him down. But maybe Prestinni, if not the Streaks, did a good enough job of just baiting those players out. You see outside of Scraps, who's by himself, Seattle had a nice defensive stand. And they had to set up once again. Scraps may be the guy to cause problems, but if you try to flood through a green, I mean, Octane, he's been posted up on A this entire time. Seattle really just trying to make sure they play mistake-free and keep all of the pressure on this A zone.
Stoic defense so far from Seattle Surge. Not letting anything fly by. AquA had to slow down, wait for the reinforcements to show up. Absolutely smoked. The clock keeps on ticking. Seattle Surge return this 2 minutes now into 30 seconds they have to work with. Paris Legion yet to really make anything effective happen. Chancellor, we've still got a bit of a stack up towards that green side of the map, looking to find something through bricks. Classic's going to be there. Scraps is going to get gunned down again. The defense holds. It's a watertight setup from Seattle Surge. Nothing's getting through. Can Temp find something through mid? No. Gunless has posted up 5 spree for him. They have turned this around brilliantly. Another defensive hold. Another defensive round. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 2.4 on the clock. AquA's over the top. They've cleaned up Classic. Oh my god, they're on the point. Is this going to be enough to get it done? No chance. They've got to get some players forward.
I mean, they got some trophies.
Trophies, come on.
I was about to say, Scraps. Throw him down.
Gunless
finds on the point for the moment. And a couple kills going back and forth. He's got him, and yeah, just zero time wasted getting called in. I mean, only a tick and a half of progression, or at least gets the ping just to try to force him back inside. He wants to save it as well. You know they're going to be stuck in the corner if you ping the artillery, but he's waiting for the pressure. Everyone's just stacked up, waiting for the gunfights to come to them, and Gunless finds all 3, or has the help for the end. Potential late game heroics come out from PaulEhx just to get on the point, but Gunless there to seal the deal. And Miles, I gotta say, if you were to go back and look at how Seattle used to play this map on defense, they used to always try to be aggressive on the defensive side of things, push out from green, try to make some plays. They have radically changed their approach to this map. I mean, Octane, he's been posted up on A on defense pretty much the entire time. No one trying to push through green, no one making mistakes. The only time on defense Seattle has really ever pushed up is when they either get that clean 3 or 4 down. Meanwhile, Gunless, his entire role on defense has been sit in the back of the map and watch the entirety of middle. And he's been doing a phenomenal job. 31 kills to his name, fully streaked out, and on a 9 spree.
See how far he can go. Oh, God. Not a great start. Oh, God. A disaster! An absolute... Oh, come on, man. That could have been something special. Gunless is shooting hot. The brain's engaged with the nades and everything. Yeah, whatever. There we go. So... This is it for Surge. Able to pull this one back. We're going to see those streaks invested. It's a little slow one, but it's going to cause some damage, cause a bit of a ruckus. He's going to give his boys the opportunity to go for it. In they go. Oh, but AquA's got a special streak of his own. It's called a Super Semtex, and he absolutely eviscerates Octane and Classic. Prestinni can't get anything done as well, so the streaks have come through and nothing's come of it. Oh, dear.
That is brutal as well. I mean, that is literally, I think he might have done that, like, basically from downtown. AquA with the Kobe of all time, just to take down these 2 players. And You're exactly right. That is one streak burned basically for 0 success on the round so far. But if you're not trying to make those plays over towards A, well, go back to Old Faithful. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 bodies on point of B. Slowly going to be capturing this as you're looking for kills at the same time. And obviously for PaulEhx, I mean, pressure's on. It's not just for the fact that they need this defensive round win, but you still have to deal with a cruise missile. So you really want to make sure you defend this B point well. And so far, so good as Octane right now, the last man standing for Seattle.
Oh, there it goes. Drops down now. The reinforcement's going to show up a little bit too late. Nice name from Prestinni. That was from way downtown. You're right. Another ode to Kobe. His zone still being captured now. Prestinni trying to hold the defense. In map, decent coverage, nice shot, set up Prestinni. Starting to heat things up. He's starting to get going, and that's what you really need right now for Seattle Surge. Smooth moves. Adaptives on the contest. Prestinni got a lot of damage in there. If he loses this gunfight, oh, that'd have been something special. But well done, Prestinni. 3 in a row now. B zone secured. Now we go to A.
And you have the Reaper over on the point as well, who he's just going to call him the cruise missile. Sure, why not? Get your help for your teammates, force them inside, try to set your teammates up for the kills, and Prestinni does exactly that. You force him into bricks, and Prestinni drops 2 before he falls. You get the stack on point, you get to funnel him through bricks. And the contest has come through, but it is Temp by himself, but he's doing his best. He's been able to find 3, but maybe too little too late, or maybe not. Scraps has found his way. Everyone buying each other time in Paris. Holding strong, dealing with the cruise missile, dealing with Gunless, and heroics out of Scraps and Temp to make sure they hold strong, but still, 1:12 on the clock. Seattle, 1 good push is all they need.
It's an iron resolve from Paris Legion, though, trying to force this final round. 1 minute remaining here. They just have to hold on. 10 lives either side. The tenacity of Surge. They do not want to lose this. A 3-1 would be sweet. Some momentum back in their favor, but they have to get it going now. Zaptius back on the defense. Classic through bricks. Gunner's trying to back him up now. Here we go. It's a sneaky play, and it's on. Classic's managed to make his way through. Can't take care of Scraps as well. Gunless is trying to keep that forward position sweet. Allow his teammates to get involved and try to slow the flow of reinforcements now from Paris Legion. Gunless. Reaper indeed. 37 and 22. He needs to keep it up, Chance, because we're not over yet.
I think Gunless almost just like, it's felt like he never really got too much help, but this might turn into just a team deathmatch. 5v5, 25 seconds on the clock. All of these kills, hyper important for either team to get, and well, you got enough presence. AquA's the first one to fall. He gets 1 more respawn, but it's down to 4 for PaulEhx as they are just tooth and nail fighting. Only 10 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go, Classics involves. Nice work. Gunless gets there as well. There's only 2 members now left for Paris Legion. Make it 1. It's Scraps, and he was on the point, and he gets taken care of as well. A swift dispatch and a little shaky at times, a little bit scary, but Surge, they get it done on Garrison Control, and now we've got ourselves a series. Iron resolve, man. Paris had it for a long time, but in the end, Surge just too strong. Now 2-1 in the series.
And it really is worth mentioning. You can genuinely go back and look at Seattle playing on this map throughout the entirety of the year. They used to be a team that was sort of willing to make mistakes on defense and give the other teams opening. This time, they just took no prisoners. Make sure you stay posted up, never give up the A zone, and let Gunless hang out in the back of the map in the spawn and just find kills. And good Lord, did he find them. 6,700 damage the Canadian man was able to pick up. Just a ridiculous individual performance out of him. Strategical adjustments made by Seattle Surge, and well, the pressure's still on them. I mean, we have mentioned quite a few times for PaulEhx, they need either the 3-0 or the 3-1, and they need the Thieves OpTic Series to go their way with a couple specific map situations. Seattle, fairly similar story, but much simpler. They get the win, you get the 4 seed, you get that first round losers bye.
Here we go. Well, I'd have been pretty pissed if I were Gunners dropping a 6.7 and almost getting the loss there, but we have it, friends. The series on our hands now, 2-1. Legion still in the lead. When we come back, we're playing Hardpoint. Once again, friends, don't go anywhere. More Call of Duty League action upon our return.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're moments away from getting a checkmate hardpoint on the road, but until then, you've got a little bit of me and Chance to get you through the next few moments while the players get all warmed up and ready to rock and roll in their brand new lobby, friends. How we doing, Chance? We've got a series in our hands now, brother. This was looking like a 3-0 before Surge turned the ship around.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, right? Even like throughout the Miami S&D, there was points where I was like, oh, this is clearly going to be a 3-0, right? They go 4-0 in round count, looking dominant. And Seattle started to turn things around, ended up losing the 1v1, so the clutch was not on their side for that game number 2, but starting to bring things back. And you take a team that had a 3-8 record on the Garrison Control, they clutched up despite the bad record. 2-7 is Seattle on checkmate hardpoint. They got to clutch up on a not so strong map once again.
Clutch it up is what they love to do. While you're waiting for the match to start as well, friends, head to gamefuel.com/CDL. Grab yourself a can of Gamefuel and get yourself a free CDL team pack. That's what we love to see. A lot of players in almost every game these days are running CDL skins. That lets me know when I'm in for a match on Cold War. That's how it goes. Quick look at the stats from that Apocalypse hardpoint. This is game 1, where we saw a big win from Paris. And again, Matty Marshall, wonderful stuff out of him. A lot of time in the hardpoint, a lot of kills, not that many deaths. That's what you like to see out of a solid teammate, Chance.
Yeah, pretty much the key to success, right? Just get more kills than the other team. That's all you need to do right now. But again, I think for Scraps especially, just a very streaky player, right? Once he really gets that ball rolling, can have those moments where he takes over the game. But if we learn anything from that Garrison Control, Gunless is in the exact same situation where you can sort of flip that switch. Maybe somewhat of a paralleled series as well, right? Scraps started to get a little bit hot on the map to Miami. Then Gunless started to crank the heat up just a little bit more. Some of that back and forth battle. We'll see who can perform a little bit better on checkmate, because this is certainly a map where maybe outside of the first hill, ARs reign supreme.
It's been an AR's world so far in this series, it has to be said. Gunless's wild performance on that last map, and we'll see if Octane can bring the noise as well. But Paris Legion again, still sitting on match point. Win this hard point, win the series. Seattle Surge looking to bounce this one back, and again the continuing complications of the standings so far and where these two teams will sit at the end of this one. We'll give you the updates as and when they come, pals. But here we go. Off to the races. Hard points out. Both teams in on the early contest.
And very early on, it's just a wide spread from both of the ARs. Octane and Gunless, neither one wanted anything to do with the actual airplane. They left it to the SMGs, but the SMGs ended up getting bullied out. And, well, maybe the good news is you have the spawns for new, but there's 40 seconds left on the actual hard point, where pretty much pairs are just hanging out, uncontested. Gunless, the first player to try to make a move, but doesn't even win the first gunfight. Even if he did, he would have gotten traded, and no one from Seattle was there to possibly trade out his kills and deaths. So Seattle now just getting picked apart. This is one of the worst possible starts you could have. You've lost spawns, haven't gotten a single second of time, and frankly, I don't know if you've traded out a single kill yet.
It ain't going great. Chance, what you're trying to say there? I hear you. I feel you. So far, time's now starting to tick. We've got a couple seconds left on this hard point, and here comes a big aggressive push now out of the Surge players. Love to see it. Early tags though from Prestinni, not able to finish that on Tem. Someone better get this kill. Somebody better finish this one. Tem's alive. He's regened. He's getting kills. Oh my God, he won't die. Love that out of Tem. Big play.
Finally dies, but after what, taking 3 players with them,
yep.
And obviously Paris, they have shown so far in this checkmate a little bit more willing to have teamwork and trade out the kills so far. Prestinni 1 and 4, trying to bully his way through the front, but the trophies for Zappi is going to make it him a little bit easier. Prestinni does win the first, and now the teamwork's coming through. Prestinni and Classic on the swarm, get to the hard point, trade out all of the kills, and just like that, maybe a similar story to what we saw in the Apocalypse. A slow start for Seattle, but the response when it comes, it does come quickly. They are just eviscerating right now, lighting up the feed, trying to make sure they get these final 12 seconds on the point. Someone's just got to stand inside of it.
Sergio right back in this one after a nice hard point. That's what you love to see. Not going to be too close to it, but they've still got a fighting spirit to go. Under the plane we go for the third hard point now. Scraps has got top side cover, doing what he now can to prevent the top side of the map going the way of the enemy, but it's a 3-man hit, as you can see from that low side of the mini-map. AquA's about to get into a world of hurt, and there it is, Gunless getting involved. 4 kills now in a row. Can't quite get kill number 5. The crossfire there from Paris Legion, too strong. Test from down low. Octane trying to find these kills upstairs as well, and you can see Temp's gun. You can see it. Can't do a whole lot, though. And it's LaRue with the Diamati to find the one, and again, traded out immediately. Chance just shows you the Paris Legion's comms right now. Everything flowing so well. Raids on point.
And I will say that was a ton of work just for Seattle to even flip those spawns, thinking long term, but they have had zero success on the bottom of this plane. Zaptius has been running the show down here. 4 kills in a row for him, 7-2 start, and now you're getting spawn killed. Spawn up on one side, Temp's gonna deal with you here. You spawn up on the other. Well, AquA is certainly looking around backwood. It looks like maybe long term you're gonna have good spawns versus Seattle, but even this map just looks so scattered. You got 4 players everywhere on the board right now for Seattle. Maybe again, long term, they'd set themselves potentially up for success. They're down by 60 now, but favored spawns for the next 2 hills. An opportunity for them to go on a streak.
Yeah, if they can lock these 2 hills down, it'd be great, but I bet Paris has got something to say about it. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with the Paris Legion.
One's low right wing. They're gonna be outside of time too. Tetris, Nick, half health, bro.
Yeah, I'm revving left for Nick.
Yeah. That's coming out.
I don't see the guy. I don't see
He's
the
low
guy.
right wing. He's low right wing.
Top right tower.
He's low right engine.
Guys, play with teamwork.
I
Play
don't
with
see, I don't
teamwork.
see Nick.
Nick, low right engine. Down.
Nice,
Top
good
tower.
shit.
One's exit stairs. One shot. One's our side. Peeking.
They have to.
Just peeking outside. I'm looking at exit stairs. Pierce.
Nice.
I'm
Jump
coming
down.
out.
Plane stairs. He's just stood on top of him.
Yo, one's already new.
He's on
One's
top of that
already
plane
half
stairs.
Get that time, Billy.
He's on top of that plane stairs.
Mid, Pierce, weak. He's weak on hill, telling you. I'm hurt. He's
Close
close
outside.
That's good.
Nice.
There's a trophy close off. Many.
That plane stairs.
Alright, regain. Everyone take a deep breath. Regain.
Yeah, top stairs. Top stairs.
I don't see him. What's top playing by desk?
Low that plane stairs. That's a
Nice,
plane.
nice, nice.
plane
No,
dead.
no trophy hill. No trophy hill.
I'll shoot about right.
I hit it.
Nothing left corner. He's on the. He's
Hit a
on
pillar,
the
right?
I hit him in hill.
D5 headed dead. I'm trying to get underwood. I'm trying to get
One D
underwood.
right. Okay, that's good.
I'm
I'm
pushing.
underwood.
D right.
Nice.
One weak. Go back down. Come
He's
to
shooting cross pillar on me dead.
That's
Nice
so
job.
weak. One back wood.
I back. I
Looking
back.
backward.
Sam. On there, guys.
Front
Nice
Sam.
job.
One low wing.
In the back dead.
Yo,
Tires,
yo, yo,
tires,
yo,
tires,
someone trophy me.
tires.
Someone trophy me.
Yeah.
Tires,
hit the back still?
tires,
Okay,
tires.
I hear you.
He can go
Bottom
sidewood.
dead.
I'm looking deep
Give
back.
you help from bro.
I do.
Flashing you front.
I'm shooting about. Yo,
Stairs on you.
sidewood. Yo,
Take
sidewood.
that swing too.
Plastic.
Sidewood,
inside corner.
sidewood. Sidewood weak.
Heavy
He's going
front. Heavy right
front
side.
one.
Front
Low
one.
wing, Yuli.
Stay there.
Sidewood wing. He's weak.
He's close
Go
front.
too front.
One absolute Octane. Octane's absolute
Happy
right
rush.
corner.
Make a push. Make a push. I'm
I
gonna
do,
get
I
for
do.
you.
Spawn there still. I'm gonna wrap out left, yeah.
Alright, I hear you. He's
Wrap
weak
out
to an
left.
eight. Weak to an eight. Challenge if you can.
I got him. Top right. Top right.
Yeah,
top
top
right.
right. Best.
I'm good.
Top
Ah,
right.
absolute. I bursted him
I'm fast,
dark.
bro.
Yo, he's dark holding off angle.
Tower
On
wing.
the
You
left,
see
on the
me
left.
weak. He's
Holding
weak
off.
on the wing.
Yo, on the hallway.
In the window too.
Dark.
Pierce.
Alright.
Our exit. Nick dead.
Yo,
Pierce is close to streaks. Pierce is close to streaks.
I'm
so weak.
Yo, I'm rapping deep in this guy. I'm rapping deep in this guy.
Alright, alright. Looking top gray. Yo, outer plane window. I needed exit. Top gray, top gray. I can't get him.
Okay. Top grade dead.
Nice job.
Top master Sam. One shot.
Yo, no.
And man alive, Paris with the passionate comms, dude. At one point I thought Temp didn't have his own mic. He was just sort of sharing whoever was closest to him. He's screaming, keeping this game alive.
I thought I was in trouble. I thought I did something wrong. He's over here yelling at me. But I was saying, like, you know, fundamentally, Temp's like having pretty good comms, right? Trying to get everybody on the same page, good teamwork, take a deep breath, like all of that sort of generic stuff. But at the same time, there isn't really a ton of small talk. It seems like really all of the teamwork coming through from Paris, it's either just trusting your teammates or just reading the minimap to see where everybody's at, right? They're not really communicating, hey, this is what I'm going for, this is the push. There's just everybody sort of playing as individuals, but if they're doing it near each other, things are certainly going well. Top of the plane is where they've had quite a bit of fun throughout this game, but now where things maybe start to get a little bit difficult. Seattle, they have got the spread across the map for this setup on P2, and Octane at least able to drop one before he falls. Gunless there to fill in whatever he needs to, but maybe the pressure starting to be felt as Scraps has made his way to the front of the hill.
See if he can get in on the hill. Oh, finds the kill as well, and that's going to be sweet. You still have Octane at the back, keeping his teammates alive in the spawns. That should be sweet. Finds one. A bit of a split though. 2 on the left, 2 on the right-hand side now. Surge have got to move fast. Octane drops once again. It's going to be a Paris hardpoint. And it was looking out. It was looking pretty decent for Surge there, Chance, but they're unable to hold it for too much longer. Still, Gunless on the wrap now, trying to do what he can from the back lines. This could be something. 20 seconds left on this hill. Still a lot of time to be had here. And Gunless bides his time. He pounces, not quite enough, and it's going to go to Paris for now. But, oh, mate, this is far from over. We'll see Paris hit the 200-point mark. This game can still kind of go either way right now. Surge with a lot of life left in him.
Well, I will say that is a tough hill to be broken on, right, P2. One of the easier ones to hold. It's not like a super money hill by any means, but I think we ended up just seeing AquA pick up 2 kills on the break as Scraps basically just waltzes through the front. So Paris not struggling in this game, will you say. Yeah, Scraps, by the way, 21 kills to his name. You go back to the bottom of the plane. Last time around, Paris, they were able to get a good chunk of time down low. This time, though, Seattle, they're in the hill first, looking for some of these cutoff kills, but Paris, again, the swarm is in. Got players working from pretty much every side.
Yeah, all lanes covered now as they're going to try to hit the way in through the hard point. Gunless is going to need the player on time cleaned up, and just like that, 3 members. Make it 2. Oh boy, make it, yeah, still 2. There you go. Paris Legion holding down this point, keeping all the pushes at bay. Seattle Surge, they're desperately trying to get onto this one. We will not see the win here, though, from this hard point. Paris Legion need 1 more point, at the very least. And that's what they're looking to next. Zaptius will reap the rewards of his teammates' hard work and pick up this hard point time. It's 20 for the win now for Paris Legion. Chance. Right now, they're moving smooth, man. It really feels like they're wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
And if I'm Paris in this situation, whether or not I'm putting more clothes on or trying to make sure you have more than nothing at all, whatever it's going to be, you just need 1 strong push on this hill. You don't need to worry about flipping the spawns. You can just try to pressure them out because you only need those 15 seconds. But right now, they're starting to get picked apart. Seattle, they've got the spray. They got Classic in the plane right now, actually finding these cutoff kills. He's doing a wonderful job, and while you get the ARs posted up inside the hill, it might be a massive score differential. But again, on a map like Checkmate, you can chain these hills together. Paris, they just need this 1 break.
Oh, there it might be. 3 of them alive, 3 of them dead. That's going to be big. Now they're on the point. This could be huge. That could be the map. Classic can't quite get it in there. 10 seconds now to go. 3 players of Surge on spawn. All 4 up now. Time to go, boys. 5 seconds. Is anyone even close to getting in a contest? I don't think so. Prestinni, fly! Fly, Prestinni! No one's there to get it. Paris Legion, it was a clean 3 down, and it will be a 3-1 victory here. Seattle Surge, commiserations, but elation for Paris Legion. They've got to be feeling fantastic. Their spree continues. Surge, it's back to the drawing board going into this major. Last sort of bout of real practice they're going to have in tournament conditions, but there you go, mate. 3-1, Paris Legion.
And again, just, you know, to highlight those keys to victory from the start, right? The middle of the maps where Paris was just ended up favored. Well, they dropped the control, but it was the Miami where they had to clutch up, got the job done, and just avoiding that game number 5 is the only thing Paris need to do. They got the job done and got a win that could potentially set them up, but obviously that means the series at the end of the day, your Thieves versus OpTic, is really what it comes down to figure out exactly where Paris is going to end up falling. But obviously on the flip side for Seattle, firmly hold their spot in the bottom 2. They will be starting in the 4th major from a spot that they are not unfamiliar with.
We'll see how they go, but a tough one there from Seattle Surge. Again, I think a little bit of hard work, you know, goes a long way, and they've been putting a lot in. We've seen those improvements from time and time again, but hey man, that's that. The road to the major comes to an end. I bet they'll be pumped to get towards LAN. Very, very interesting to see how that's all going to go down next week. Set your calendars, friends. We're going to take a look at our Scuff play of the game now, and we're going to give this one to Scraps, who's just going buck wild on the map, man. I mean, we've given Matty Marshall a lot of love. He's been a true, crucial component to the success of Paris Legion this season so far, Chance. Today was no different.
And this was the moment, by the way, that was probably the dagger for the team, right? If you get the full 60 here, it is going to be a tie game. Seattle right back in it, but you're just going to see in the feed, AquA manages to find 2 kills, taking down Gunless and Classic, and then Scraps again just walks straight through the front, wins his one-on-one on the actual guy inside of the hard point. And this is really just the moment where for Seattle, everything just sort of fall apart, right? Your opportunity to get back in the swing of things, you get broken, and then you are just down by way too much to make the comeback on Checkmate Hardpoint. So Paris needed to come out today, take care of business. They brought the energy, and they, well, got the job done, Miles. No other way to say it. Now they just have to sit and watch Thieves and the OpTic play to see exactly where everything falls. But the two teams that are secure, FaZe at the top and Seattle at the bottom. Maybe not something too difficult to predict.
Again, OpTic versus Thieves coming up later on today. The winner of that will change the standings here again in Group A quite a bit. We'll see how that one goes. Speaking of that later on today, we'll see what matches we've got. For those of you who are unaware of what waits you here today at the last day of the LA Thieves Home Series. This schedule brought to you by the US Army. Surge and Legion all finished now. Up next, the battle of the heavy hitters. Two of the heaviest hitters here in the league. Toronto Ultra, New York Subliners. And last up, that Game Fuel marquee match, LA Thieves taking on OpTic. That is going to be a bloody treat as well. A wonderful day of Call of Duty, friends. For all of us, we're eating good as COD fans right now. It has to be said. Tons of fun still on the way, Chance. I mean, mate, what are you looking to? What are you looking to forward the most? You know, out of today's games, I'm pretty pumped about the next one, man. I'm a Toronto NYSL stand. This should be good.
The next series for sure is the one I'm most excited to watch. Like the Thieves and OpTic, you got to figure out all of like the craziness with the scenarios, but we're going to a major where two of the top 3 teams in the game are New York and Toronto, and we get to look at them straight away before we go into the major and get that head-to-head matchup again, just to see where everything sits. So it's going to be a good time, and I think a very important one for both of those teams to win, just to have that extra little bit of momentum. Just a nice win to finish off the stage going to the major, important for both teams.
Indeed. We'll take a quick look now at the road to the major for Paris Legion. See how this little journey went down. A long and winding road for them, ups and downs, undulations along the way. A couple of 3-1s. They took Thieves and they took Surge, but it was 3-1s on the other side against FaZe, Røkkr, and OpTic. The team who close but no cigar a few times there, and what a run it was. But again, they can say goodbye to the road to the stage 4 major. They hello to that major 4. Very exciting. Seattle Surge, the only victory they managed to accrue there was against OpTic. An exciting Game 5, big finish there. But again, you can see Game 5s against LA Thieves, as close as you like. Atlanta FaZe had their way with them 3-0. And that, of course, 3-1 versus Paris Legion, Chance. Mate, it's been a nutty stage. I'm thinking about this now. It's like, Stage 2 was pretty crazy. Stage 3 was insane. Stage 4, this was not the most wild and crazy of all the stages. Like, the regular play was kind of normal. A couple of predictable moments, a few crazy upsets here or there. But I feel like we're setting ourselves up now for, without a shadow of a doubt, the best tournament we will see this year outside of 5 playoffs, you know. But, like, I'm pumped, man, for LAN. I really, really am. All of these majors have been so exciting. I've got no idea what to expect, like, whatsoever. I'm sure you can tell, friends, we're almost ready to get to the interview. But Chance, dude, how have you made of the stage so far? What's any sort of like shining moments, any kind of weird things you've noticed?
I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I think we got to the part of the year where everything is starting to look predictable, everything's set in stone. You don't really have those teams anymore that are like great in this one game mode but bad at everything else. Teams have pretty much figured out where they're going to be, but then you say that and then in the back of your mind it's like, well, Seattle did beat OpTic, so there's the potential for craziness, but I do think for stage 4 when we go into it, we know the teams at the top, we know the teams in the middle of the pack, and we know the teams at the bottom. It's really just up to one individual team to either choke the top seed that they have or one of those teams at the bottom to go on some sort of run. So exciting if we see something that is unpredictable, but stage 4, this is where my pick'ems have been very favored.
Favored? Oh, well, you're lucky, man. We'll see who the chokers and the jokers are coming up at the major, but we've still got 2 series left to play, friends. Now, though, it's time to throw to our break. We've got ourselves our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Lottie is talking to Temp, one of the most passionate players in the league right now. Nothing but love and a big win today over Surge 3-1. When we come back, Lottie with Temp, our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. See you then.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Unlock a CDL team pack with any purchase on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Offer ends on August 31st. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Wonderful start here for Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Just can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
AquA from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round!
Hello and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight, and joining me I have Tem from Paris Legion. Tem, congratulations on the dub, man. That was absolutely wicked. Now you guys played well against FaZe.
Thank you.
You also beat the Thieves, and now you've been Surge. How are you feeling about the team right now? Where are you guys at?
I feel like we still play a little bit better in practice, and it still hasn't shown our full potential on the match yet for the world to see. So hopefully when we go to this event, got like a couple more days, put in some good work, and hopefully we can play out our full potential in a match for once. Because in practice, we are very, very good.
I like that, man. I think hard work definitely plays off. Now, as you said, LAN is coming up, Major 4, super exciting. I know that you guys already can play together, but how are you guys feeling about being opposite your competition in the same room?
I'm excited. I don't know what else to say other than that. Like, it's just been a minute. It just gives you a whole nother focus, a whole nother adrenaline. So it's just gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so much fun, and hopefully, we can make a run.
I love it, man. I'm bagging on it. I hope you do make a run. I want to see a Paris Legion run. I really do.
Me too.
Now later on we have OpTic versus LA Thieves Temp. So you do know that if OpTic win, you guys actually will be 4th seed. So you'll skip the opening round, which is really nice. Are you guys rooting for OpTic heading on later on? You guys going to be watching?
Yeah, of course, we're rooting for OpTic, Anything that makes it easier on us is better for us, you know what I'm saying? So, and, just beat the Thieves the other day. I'd like to see them down a little bad, No, I'm just joking. Cool with all of them, but, definitely, I definitely want that 4th seed. Maybe have an extra day off, just to relax. So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel you, Tem. I like the little spicy take. We enjoy this in the Call of Duty League. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Incredible stuff.
Thank you for having me.
Team, and best of luck going on to LAN, dude.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. You've heard from Tem. He's got a fresh haircut as well. So many people getting their barbers out just before LAN, looking good, feeling good, because that's what, that's what happens, right? You look good, you feel good, you play good. That's how it goes. Well, I'll tell you what, we do have another game coming our way today. Right smack bang in the middle. It's a big one here. Dallas Empire will certainly be watching. We've got New York Subliners versus Toronto Ultra up next.
It is time for an absolute beauty of a matchup. We've got a banger here on our hands.